Welcome back to another week of fall watching. There are no kids to report from the weekend, so the question obviously is, are we going to have a kiddo tonight? Yep. Yes, we are. Which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. I took a little bit of a fall yesterday. It was like a super minor one. Like one where you kind of like just hop up and laugh about, like, oh, that was stupid. But like, I guess my body has now realized that you're not like 1920 anymore. You can't just pop up and walk away. No, you're almost 30. Let me tell you, there's definitely a difference. There's definitely a difference. I might not be hurt. I'm just sore. I'm just very sore, and I'm like, oh, questioning all my life decisions. Anyway, let me show you the group in question that we're probably going to have follow this week. Let me show you the specific one that I think for sure we're going to have. And then the other one who might do something tonight, but I have a feeling she'll wait another day or two. So our potential candidates for this week in particular are my personal mare with the Maximus Mischief. She currently doesn't have anything too exciting other than the fact she's starting to get kind of relaxed behind. Yes, I know. This mare who's carrying a Vacoma, I don't really know much information about her, obviously. So where she's kind of newer and she's got a bit of a full bag. Well, she doesn't really have a full bag. She could definitely have some more, but obviously where I don't know her, you know, I wouldn't count her out to suddenly just be like, surprise, a child. This Golden Sense should fall this week for sure. She is pretty relaxed behind. She officially has like the tiniest bit of wax. In all honesty, you can't really see it. I tried earlier on TikTok and you couldn't see it. That being said, I always know when she foals or when she's gonna foal because she's not particularly the sweetest mare on earth. So we bred this mare and then we sold her, right? And then so the owners who bought her are the ones who named her, and very aptly like she has a long name, but in her name is witch. And well, she fits that description very well. She's kind of a witch. So the thing is with her, every time she goes to foal, she turns into the biggest, sweetest cuddle bug on earth. Like I'll walk by and she starts nickering to me, and if I go in the stall, she'll start licking me, and she just, you know, she suddenly is like, oh my god, I love you so much. And then about an hour or two later she foals. So she's still giving me angry ears and angry thoughts right now. So I don't think she's gonna foal tonight. If she does, it'll be later on. I will come back to you momentarily. There is a Munnings down here who doesn't have any wax. However, she was minorly uncomfortable when I was here earlier, so don't quite know what she's gonna do. This is one I wouldn't be surprised if she goes on the weekend. I have actually never foaled her, so my weekend night watch has always foaled her, just by, I guess, happenstance. Oh, you do have a little bit more milk now. Then we have this Gun Runner. This is actually, if you can see it, that little glare right on her nipple under her. She's got like the tiniest bit of wax. I don't think she'll go tonight. I think she's more likely to go end of this week, beginning of next. Is that all on this side? Yeah, she's taking her nap. So let's talk about our main event. This is the mare that, like, she should go here in a couple hours, I would think. I could be wrong. They said she was uncomfortable last night. She's been kind of on and off uncomfortable since I've been here. She's nice and relaxed behind. Hi, Mama. And she is dripping milk. I know. You're going to have a baby soon, aren't you? You're a little warm, but it's really warm out. But yeah, she's got wax and she is actively dripping milk every once in a while. It's like 70 something degrees, so like she's a little veiny, but like it's because it's toasty, not because she's in labor and walking yet. Please don't go out of the door. Thank you. Sorry. But yeah, so she should have a constitution sometime tonight, I expect. All right, I'm gonna braid your tail, and I guess we're gonna buckle up. Oh, did you not like that? I'm sorry. Do you not like your ears scratched? No? Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do that again. Anyway, I'm going to braid your tail. And then let's get ready to have a Bailey. despite her size, it was actually a pretty easy birth. So I do very much appreciate that. But now we have a big old Constitution filly to get us back into the role. Obviously she's doing great. She got a little cute face. I wonder if she'll let me sneak a peek. Well, look at the little circle, just right smack in the nose. Anyway, but yeah, this is a big filly. This mare 2 years ago had kind of an unflattering Justified, to put it lightly. Mom herself does not have the prettiest head. And her son was very much like that. And he was probably the biggest, coarsest Justify like I had ever seen. I was like, good Lord. Now this kiddo, goodness, someone is dreaming over there. Now this kiddo, if you remember last week where I showed you the kiddo and how he had his bandages up front, I have never actually got to show you all what it looks like before the bandages go on. But this, now obviously there's different levels of severity. This one isn't too bad, but this is what I'm talking about when I say the ankle's a little bit like this. So this kiddo will probably get a wrap tomorrow, and we'll only have it for like a day or two because hers isn't that bad. But when they walk, sometimes instead of actually landing on the toe, they'll actually knuckle over a little bit and land on the ankle, and obviously that's not uncomfortable. It's not like a super, like, I'm not saying, I feel like this year we've had quite a few. I feel like we've had a little more than normal, but I could be wrong. It might have just been they all happened at the same bunch, and I was like, what is happening? But you have to realize these critters are huge. Like, this is a huge baby. Like, there's only so much room in that belly. So sometimes if they come out a little bit wiggly woggly with some things a little bent, I'm not overly surprised. But luckily, we can fix that. No big deal. But she's going to continue to vibe. Oh, I know, you did so good. Yeah, I appreciate it because my back would not have held up too well if that decided to be a rough birth. Ugh. Anyway. Everyone else has been pretty quiet. It's only a little bit past midnight at this point. I don't think we're gonna have another kid tonight. I mean, this golden sense that has wax, she's been pretty quiet. And yeah, everyone's just kind of been vibing, nice and quiet, taking it easy. So guess we'll see if anyone else decides to step up to the plate today, or if we're gonna wait till later in the week, which I have a feeling is more likely to happen. I know it's dark, but it is now Tuesday evening. Are we gonna have a baby tonight? There's a small chance at this very current moment. I don't really think so. This gun runner, hi mama, she's got wax. She normally doesn't nicker to me too often, unless she thinks I'm bringing her food. I don't have food right now. What? You have 2 hours before you get your food. Are you toasty? What are you doing? Do you think I'm feeding you? Can I check you really quick? Yes. She does look a little veiny. Yeah, smidge warm. But it is also warm. Anyway, she's got like the tiniest little bit of milk. I do think she's better or more likely to fall end of this week or next week. So I think she just thinks I'm bringing her food because she gets a midnight snack. Because she's a special lady who had some special medical issues earlier this year and she made us all panic. So anyway, she's got a little bit of milk, obviously. Night for you. Who else? This Munnings right here also has a tiny little bit of wax. She was definitely a little bit uncomfortable earlier this evening. She seems to have settled down. She was a little uncomfortable last evening as well. So, I don't know. Her boobs really aren't that big, but she's never been one that gets really big. So, I kind of just playing it by ear. You did think I was just going to feed you, didn't you? And that's why you were talking to me. You got 2 hours, ma'am. Anyway. Who else has wax? Those two have wax. You don't have anything. If you remember how I said this baby last night was gonna get her little wraps on, sure enough, she's got them on. Rocking and rolling. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody else besides my own mare down here. Maybe, I don't know. I've lost it at this point. It's that late in the year. Oh, I did. Okay, so this golden sense also has wax. However, she still has some angry ears. She always gets really sweet right before she foals, so she's not quite ready yet. And then my own personal mare also has some wax and some milk. So that is what we're cooking for the evening. It is currently it's supposed to be on and off rainy for like the first couple hours, and then we're supposed to get a good bit of rain this evening. So I kind of don't think we're gonna have a kiddo tonight, but I think we have a better chance tomorrow and the day after, because we are suspecting a chance of thunderstorms. So that is my thought process on when these ladies are gonna go, is they're just gonna wait for the thunderstorms to come and go then. In the meantime, I'm gonna go turn off lights in the other barn, and I guess we'll wait and see if these ladies decide to do anything. This poor mare, she's had this kid for all of an hour and a half at this stage, and I think she might have met her match. Most of her kids have always been pretty easy-tempered, easygoing, if not anything on like the more more timid side, cautious. This thing's only an hour and a half old, and I think she's already driving mom nuts. Yeah. But we now have a golden sense filly. That was only a day off. I thought you were going to go tomorrow. Well, I guess technically it is tomorrow, because it's, you fold at 2 a.m.? So I wasn't too far off. Yeah. You're not going to keep talking? Earlier, this filly, anytime I would talk or anyone would talk, she would respond back and start talking back. But she recently nursed and found the boob and everything, so I think she's just looking for a place to take a nap. Is it so hard? I know, it's so hard to learn to stand, and then you have to learn to lay down, too. You want to go kerplunk? She goes, it's so scary. It's so scary, I gotta fall. She's like, what do you mean? I had to, stretch my legs out and jump up. I know. And jump up, and now I have to, flop down on the ground like a fish in order to lay down. Yeah. Are you just gonna go back to eating, or are you actually gonna take your nap? Because I haven't decided. Oh, we're just gonna go back to eating. Just I don't know, maybe. Legs are so difficult. That's the hardest part, is the legs. I swear, for some babies, they'll learn to stand and eat right off the bat, and then the whole laying down thing is oh my god, it's the worst thing on earth. Yeah, she's just gonna go back to eating. She's like, I'll figure out how to lay down later. It is now Wednesday evening. There's a chance we'll have a baby tonight. We have a lot of mares. They got wax. They're doing the things. And they're doing it nice and steady. There's been no rush. There's been no one doing anything dramatic, which is good. And there's been no surprises, which is also good. This gun runner is still up for contention. My Maximus Mischief down there is still up for contention. She's taking a nap. This Munnings, she was pretty uncomfortable well, not like pretty uncomfortable. She was just uncomfortable enough to not want to lay down, which is abnormal. Hi. It is a cute little face. And then we also have this mare. She is carrying a Nix Go. She's kind of just been nice and steady, like just kind of doing as she's doing. You know. Fabulous. There are supposed to be thunderstorms in the area, not tonight specifically by the looks of it. It's supposed to be tomorrow, like morning from like 7 a.m. to like 9 p.m. That being said, the weathermen have been extremely wrong lately, like more so than normal. So, I don't know. But if the storms actually do come into play, wouldn't be overly surprised if it stirs up some of these other ladies who have kind of just been like, just dormant, essentially. At this stage, no one is like past their due date. Everyone's kind of right on schedule. I mean, by technicality, she was due like the 5th, and like she was due the 2nd, things of that nature. But like, you know, it's totally, I prefer for a mare to go like 2 weeks over her due date rather than 2 weeks early. And so definitely like everyone's just kind of doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, which is perfect. Anyway, I gotta go meet the vet. We have a post-breeding lavage to do, which is fun. It's that time of the year. Woo! Anyway, I guess we'll see if anything happens this evening. It is Thursday evening, Friday morning almost. It's almost Friday morning, I think. It's almost midnight. Anyway, are we gonna have a baby tonight? Honestly, I thought we had a better chance if the thunderstorms that we were predicted to getting earlier in the day actually arrived. They never did. It's just kind of been on and off rain instead. So that being said, the Munnings has currently been like a little shifty. Like I feel like maybe I'm just being a little paranoid. But she's been a little shifty. Who else has been here? The Gun Runner and the Maximus Mischief, they've been quiet. They still got waxed. They're still just vibing. If the thunderstorms had happened, I thought maybe the Nix Go down there might make a move along with the Vacoma and the Warfront. Yes. Maybe even the Mandaloon. But there was no thunderstorms, and so they all still seem to be vibing on the same field. Anyway, that being said, I guess we'll see if that Munnings specifically is who I'm wondering is going to foal. I guess we'll see if she decides to do anything. If not, we got one more night for the week. And then, yeah. Well, then we have the weekend. Honestly, what I have a feeling they might do is either wait for the weekend, or I just got the entry alert earlier today that my filly is making her 2024 debut at Indiana. And I'm just like, they're just waiting for Wednesday. So I can't go see my filly run. See how it is. Anyway. It is Friday evening. I have a feeling we got a pretty good chance to have a baby tonight. The Munnings has got quite a lot of wax now. She was the one that's part of the itty bitty titty committee, so she really doesn't get a very full bag. This is probably about as full as she typically gets. Obviously, she's got quite a bit of wax now. She's kind of had just like tiny little bit, you know, throughout the week. So this is definitely the most she's had. And she's been relatively uncomfortable. Every once in a while, she'll kind of drip a little bit when she shifts. So I have a feeling she will pop tonight, won't you, huh? She's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. Huh? You thinking about it? Oh, goodness. Yes. You gonna do the picture? No? Okay, get out of here. This is not for you. This is not for you. Anyway, obviously we got two other lovely ladies who are currently still waxed up, which includes this Gun Runner and my personal mare with the Maximus Mischief down there. Here's my thought process with these two. I have a feeling, I had mentioned that I think like earlier this week that they're more likely to go end of this week, beginning of next. I pretty much think if this mare does not foal on Saturday, then she'll wait for Monday, Tuesday is kind of my thought process. I just got a feeling that is what she will end up doing. And you're probably like, why Saturday so specifically? Well, this lovely lady, obviously we have a lot of freaking horses here, right? We got a lot. Well, this mare is probably hands down one of my favorites, okay? She's been one of my favorites since the moment she stepped off the trailer, and like the very first thing she did was pin her ears at somebody, and I'm like, oh yes, this is my new best friend. And she's been my favorite the entire time we've had her. That being said, I foaled her when I foaled her first foal with us. Like it wasn't her first baby, but it was just the first baby she had with us. I delivered that baby. Did we skip a year after that? I think we skipped a year after that. And then I begged and begged for them to breed her to Arrogate one year. They wanted to breed her to freaking Shanghai Bobby of all horses. I'm like, no, don't you dare. And so I don't know how we managed, but we ended up bringing her to Arrogate. That colt, or he's a gelding actually, he is something that is hopefully going to be really cool here in a couple years. I got to deliver that one. But she also had a Malibu Moon filly who is now a 3-year-old right now, I think. I've lost track. Anyway, I was so excited for that filly too. Like, I was counting down the days. I was like, I can't wait. And she foaled in the middle of the day when I wasn't there. And I was so mad. That being said, she can occasionally try and be a little bit like inconvenient when she foals. Oftentimes just doing it like when, like if her neighbor foals, she'll lay down and foal type thing. Or she'll wait until like everyone leaves and she's like, oh, day shift's gone. Or oh, I guess I can foal now. I'm like, no, I'm here too, you know? Like, she just tries to be a little sly about it. And I don't know. I'm just like, I got a feeling she'll just wait till Saturday when I'm not here. Well, I mean, I'll be here, but I'm not like here. I've rambled too much about this. So she'll either be kind and wait until I get back from the weekend, or she'll do it for my weekend night watchman. As for my personal mare, goodness, the audacity. As for my personal mare, I think there's definitely a chance for her going this weekend. I wouldn't be overly surprised, though, if she also waits till Monday, Tuesday. But her, I have a feeling, she's been really quiet, you know? She's got milk, obviously. But, like, you know, she hasn't done anything that's necessarily of much change, I guess. I do have 2 new faces to say hello to. I will be honest. One of them, I still do not know the baby daddy. I asked, and they said, oh, I don't know, let me check. And I have not heard back. So I honestly don't know. So once I officially know who this mare is carrying, I will let you all know that that is her. She was a very last minute addition. I found out about her on Monday and she arrived Tuesday. And apparently they were told she was coming on like Sunday or Saturday, Sunday. I was like, oh God, thanks for that. But we also have this mare who should essentially be our last ship in, and she is carrying a Munnings. So obviously this mare and that mare in that far corner, they were kind of last minute additions to my original plan and my original schedule. So now we should be done. Like, everyone who's supposed to be here should be here. I think we're done. Could we have been lied to? Yeah, absolutely. Obviously things change. Anyway, we're going to buckle in and see if this Munnings actually decides to go or not, or if she's just going to wait for me to leave and do it on Saturday or in the middle of the day or something of that nature. It is technically Saturday night. I was supposed to do a wrap-up like Friday night, Saturday morning, and I forgot because, I don't know. Anyway, we didn't have a baby on Friday night. That being said, weekend shift is probably gonna have a baby. Like, I just left the farm not too long ago, and the Munnings, she was like shifty, kind of occasionally lifting her tail, very actively dripping milk. So I have a feeling she'll probably foal here in the next couple hours. I'm sneaking out to go get dinner. To add to that, though, the gun runner, they said, was also pretty uncomfortable during the daytime, which is new. And the Mandaloon, who I had not mentioned, I think I might have mentioned her like way like earlier this week or last week, where I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she starts creeping up a little bit. She now has wax. They said that she filled out a lot during the daytime. So she's got wax, and I don't think I've ever delivered any of her babies. I've been there when she's delivered them, but I'm pretty sure she's always gone for weekend shift. So I have a feeling she's gonna go again for weekend shift. They've been doing these metal plates, like digging up on the road, and it's been over a month and a half. It's actually, I think it almost has been 3 months now that I think about it. They need to get it together. Anyway, so I think that the Munnings is probably gonna go tonight, is the best bet for sure for weekend night watch. And then the Mandaloon, because I've never had to foal the Mandaloon, it's always been weekend, so I have a feeling she'll go also this weekend. And then yeah, maybe they also might have the gun runner, though I'm kind of hoping the gun runner will at the very least wait until, you know, I get back. That would be kind of her. And then the Maximus Mischief is technically also still there, but I think she's just gonna vibe for a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna go steal me some dinner, maybe finally fix my hair, and I guess we will see everybody back next week.